Have you ever watched those captivating videos on TikTok or YouTube where an object magically forms layer by layer right before your eyes? Well, 3D printing isn't magic. It's a fascinating technology that's changing how we create things. With 3D printing, we can design almost anything on a computer and then bring it to life in the real world. Whether it's spare parts, medical devices, or even entire houses, all you have to do is press a button to print. While we've been familiar with 2D printing for a long time, 3D printing opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Despite sounding futuristic, this technology is already here and is transforming entire industries. 3D printing is a really cool technology that lets you create physical objects in 3 dimensions from a digital model. It works by using a special printer that adds layers of material like plastic, metal, or even food to build an exact copy of your design. The process is pretty straightforward. First, software breaks down the model into super thin layers. Then, the printer moves across a platform, adding material layer by layer until the object is fully formed. Even though it might sound like a modern term and technology, the first 3D printing equipment and materials were actually developed back in 1976. A few years later, in 1981, Hideo Kodama invented 2 methods for creating 3-dimensional plastic models using a light-sensitive polymer. In 1984, several projects based on stereolithography were presented and patented. This process involves adding layers using UV lasers to cure photopolymers. Around this time, a system was developed to create 3-dimensional objects by generating a pattern of the object to be formed, which led to the STL file format widely used in 3D printing today. In 1992, 3D printing machine. The machine used a UV laser to solidify a photopolymer layer by layer, creating 3-dimensional objects. Although the quality of the pieces wasn't perfect, it hinted at the significant potential of this technology. 7 years later, in 1999, there was a major breakthrough with the first lab-grown organ by researchers at the Waka Forest Institute of Regenerative Medicine. They were working on a project to print organs and tissues using 3D printing technology. I'm serious. The potential of this technology is amazing. On a small scale, it offers many solutions for humans. In recent years, we've seen it used for dental implants, bone prosthetics, and more. 3D printers have even been used to make healthcare materials to fight against coronavirus in hospitals, like ventilator adapters, face shields, and other items. But forward-thinking architects realized this technology could do much more. What if we could use the same concept on a large scale to build entire buildings? That's how 3D printing in architecture started. And since then, it's been an exciting journey into the future of construction. But what exactly is 3D printing in construction all about? Using a 3D printer connected to an arm that actively constructs a project on site, or using printers in a factory to create components for construction projects, might sound like an idea from a worker tired of lifting bricks all day. However, it's actually becoming a solution to many challenges in construction. In this case, 3D printers work similar to inkjet printers, or those used in the medical field. Software guides the printer on the dimensions of the final product, and then the printer deposits material onto a platform based on that blueprint. But the most exciting part of 3D printing in architecture is the range of materials available, like reinforced concrete, clay, plastics, metals, and composite materials. Each material has unique properties and specific uses for different construction applications. To be practical in construction, 3D printers often use liquid metals, plastics, or cement, which then cool or dry to form a structure. The benefits? They're countless. One major advantage is the design freedom that this technology offers. Architects are no longer restricted by the limitations of traditional construction methods. They can unleash their creativity and design organic structures, complex shapes, and intricate patterns that were previously impossible or very expensive to make. But 3D printing in architecture isn't just about looks, it's also sustainable. Just imagine drastically reducing material waste in construction, optimizing resource use, and minimizing environmental impact. Many of the materials used are recyclable and reusable, contributing to a more eco-friendly building life cycle, in theory at least. Actually, there have only been a few 3D printed projects completed in the construction industry so far. Here are 3 of the most promising ones. In December 2019, the 3D printing robot company Appicore finished constructing the largest 3D printed individual building in the world. This office block, located in the United Arab Emirates, stands 9.5 meters tall and covers an area of 640 square meters. To move Appicore's 3D printer around the construction site, an outdoor crane was used to build different parts of the structure by printing layers of a plaster-based material. Another impressive 3D printed building in the United Arab Emirates is the Office of the Future, a unique structure that currently houses the Dubai Future Foundation. The printing itself was done off-site, and all the pieces were created in just 17 days. The construction team then assembled the entire building in just 48 hours. Quite an incredible timeline, isn't it? What's innovative is that the entire building structure was made using an additive concrete printing technique with a huge 3D printer that reduced the need for labor by more than 50% compared to conventional construction methods. Lastly, there's the Chinese 3D printing company Winsun, which uses 3D printers in factories to build homes. Since 2002, the company has created several designs, including a small apartment block and public buildings in Beijing. For a global commercial market, Winsun offers design users the option to print parts quickly and affordably before installation. The company estimates that printing one of their 5-story blocks could cost around $160,000. These 3 amazing innovations show us that architectural dreams aren't just dreams after all. It's possible for printers to build the homes we live in. But like with any new technology, there are challenges and regulatory considerations that need to be addressed. Building codes, safety standards, and zoning regulations must be adapted to accommodate these innovative construction methods. Additionally, issues of intellectual property rights arise when it comes to digital designs and 3D printing files. But let's not be discouraged by that. Despite these challenges, the future of 3D printing in architecture is bright and exciting. Emerging trends point towards larger and faster 3D printing systems, capable of constructing entire structures in a matter of days. Furthermore, new materials and printing techniques are being researched that could further enhance the strength, durability, and sustainability of 3D printed constructions. A future is on the horizon where buildings are digitally designed and manufactured, personalized, and without waste. The limitations of traditional construction will be a thing of the past, allowing architectural creativity to flow freely. Wouldn't you like to unleash the architect within you? If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more episodes about the future ahead of us. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.